Hey up, you little buggers. Welcome to Paralytic Activities Podcast. You're a one-stop shop for all things weird and spooky and creepy and kooky. All done with an ale or two. Sit back and relax, you little buggers. Hey up, you little buggers. Welcome to Paralytic Activities Podcast. You're a one-stop shop for all things weird and spooky and creepy and kooky. All done with an ale or two.
Okay, Seth, you don't have to repeat yourself. You don't have to repeat yourself. It's been one of them days, ain't it, Neil?
Sure has.
Do you know what? For 2 days, the internet keeps going off. Just randomly, you know. I don't know what's going on. Gremlins in the machine, Neil.
I'll talk about Gremlins, Sean.
Gremlins. They'll be hanging off the rafters in a minute, you know. And we'll get onto that in a little bit. Anyway, Neil, welcome to Paralytic Activities Podcast. Cheers, Seth, for that little intro. We've been away for a while now with the holidays and stuff, Neil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So today's episode, we're going to be chatting shit about a little bit about our haunted pub crawl in Worcester, and then we're going to go into like the fallout of Parameet 2025. We've also got a message from the Yorkshire exorcist himself, Seth Constantine. And Neil, we've got a celebrity message for me and you, all about the podcast. How about bloody that?
I think somebody takes notes of us, Sean, you know?
Well, you know, we've had a few celebrities, haven't we? You know, with the book and MTV Crips and stuff like that. So, Neil, our name's around in circles people don't realise.
Right.
Yeah. We've also got a paranormal ale, as per normal, and Neil's going to kind of tell you where we got it from and how we got it. And Neil, flip the screen. Going to go a little bit into flip the screen because I've been rewatching all the Star Wars, and something came across my desk the other day. Something came across my desk the other day, and I want to get your opinion on it, and get everybody's opinion on it. Anybody wants to leave a comment, feel free. Feel bloody free. Neil, on that bombshell there, it is time for our paranormal ale, Neil.
Okay. Donated what brought to us from our good friend, Mr. Mark of the Boner. Mr. Dick called himself. Went all the way to the Mad Squirrel Brewery in Tring, where he lives, and he brought us these cans to Parameet on his bike, like Boone.
Like the paranormal Ken Boone, Neil.
Yeah, like the paranormal Ken Boone, weighing his rucksack down. You know, his rucksack or his nutsack. His rucksack down, and he kindly bought us these beers, which is absolutely fantastic of him.
Did you say nuts, Neil? Because it's from the Squirrel Brewery.
From the Squirrel Brewery, yeah. Right. This one is called. This used to be my nickname anyway. It's called Sumo.
Why do they call you Sumo, Neil?
Oh,
yeah.
Used to wear a nappy around the house.
What do you mean, used to?
I still do, actually, now that. It's American Pale Ale, it's 4.7%. Okay? I'm going to give it, I haven't even opened it yet. I want to see what the track's like. Ooh,
Sounds good, that does, Neil.
sounds good. Smells good, smells very pale ale, John.
They all smell the same, don't they, Neil?
Like most of them do.
They all smell the same. They all taste the same.
Yeah.
They get the odd couple, you're like, do you know what? I really like that. But a lot of them do taste the
Believe
same.
it or not, John.
IPA.
You ain't going to believe it.
Well, it depends what you're gonna say, I suppose.
It's got a citrusy taste.
Oh, Alex!
Honestly, I've never heard that before. But, you know, give it a good whirl, hey.
Give it a whirl. Give it a bloody whirl. That's what I'll say.
I'm not just saying it. That is really nice.
Oh, here we go.
That is really nice.
Keep going, Neil.
I like
Keep going, because I've got one here.
Tell you what, you've outdone us here, Alan Boner. Tell you that. Very nice. That is, it's got no aftertaste to it. Because what
What's
it
the
is,
percentage, Neil?
4.7%. And it's you know, in a lot of IPAs aftertaste kick.
Yeah.
That ain't, which is a good thing for me. You know.
Lord of the Ring pools.
What's
You
your
get-
verdict on it?
I've got a different one now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have got Talus Moor. It's a Taurus Nipa, which is a 5.2% now. And again, it's got some citrus flavours.
Yes, it.
Yeah, citrus flavours and a bit of the woodlands. Neil says it's got some woodland hops,
Woodland hop.
whatever that means. You know what I mean? I think it's in awe of Kate Ray, because she loves all the woodland stuff, don't she? You know what I mean? I think she's part from the woodland realm. That's a good job I got my Lord of the Rings mug going on. Here we go. I'm going to give it a whirl.
Really good. Don't the beer mat on the bottom, actually.
Come on. Oh, Neil, that's all right as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That ain't got your normal IPA flavour. It's got a bit of a kick, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Kick like a mule. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I mean, look at the colour of yours, Neil. Like eggnog.
Well, I was wondering about the colour of mine, to be honest.
Everybody has, Neil. Especially at Parameet.
You were about?
Well, they wanted to know if the curtains match the drapes.
Oh, shut up, Dick Sprat.
Remember when you had ginger curtains?
You're taking a piss.
Neil, people want to know this kind of stuff.
What do you want to know, John?
Well, I'm there telling people that you was ginger like Cilla Black,
Yeah, I was.
like Annie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're not ginger anymore,
Yeah.
and your hair's gone white.
And?
So just a little question, Neil. Does that mean your bollocks are white as well?
Is yours grey, John?
No,
Like tinsel,
no,
aren't they?
no,
You know what I mean? And they, like, you know, I mean,
no. So you've still got ginger
you
nuts.
look like one of the hairy bikers. Do you really?
Have you got ginger nuts?
Oh, John, because I'm locking up ready chicken, I keep telling you.
What does that mean?
I'll get rid of all the hair on my body.
Oh, here we go.
I do.
Okay,
Can't
now.
stand it. Can't but stand it. So I hate it.
Okay,
I'm
so
talking vulgar, John.
I'm not talking for. I haven't said a vulgar word, not once. All I'm saying, does the curtain match the drapes?
No, John.
Even if you did grow them?
Oh, fucking John, what kind of subject's this?
You brought it up.
What are you trying to say? I look like a fucking fish finger down there. I've had enough of this, I have. John, it looks fantastic. Unbelievable. I fucking have to lower the
Give,
sound though.
give us a score on the give us a score on the Paranormal Isle from the Paranormal Ken Boone himself.
I like that. I'm giving that a 4.8 out of 5.
What a surprise!
Is it gay? I'm telling you I am.
You give every IPA 4.8 Neil.
No.
Well, I'm going to give that one a good 4.6.
A good 4.6.
You know, a good 4.6. That's a good score. You know what I mean? But I'm giving Mark Boner 5 out of 5.
I'm giving him 6 out of 5.
You-
He's a top bloke.
He is such a top bloke, Neil.
Really is. Not
He's-
because he's bought some beers. I'm not saying that.
That
He's
helps.
in general.
That helps.
He's in general.
But in general, he's what you would call a top bloke. He's the paranormal gentleman.
Yes, he makes
That's
me
what he
laugh,
is.
mate.
And he's funny as fuck as well, bless him.
Yeah.
Why, hey, man. On that bombshell, Neil, what you been up to?
You don't want to know where I've been up to, Johnny boy.
Well, I do, Neil. That's why I asked.
Well, because we haven't been on for a couple of weeks, have we?
Yeah.
And we've done a charity darts match
Oh, we did, oh.
for my dad. Played a dart, well, all the darts team played and got the odd ones that are dark roll, a bit like me in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, we had like a darts knockout tournament, 5 were in. And then winner takes all basically. And you win a trophy. That was my dad's trophy. We play for it every year, which is absolutely fantastic. But to be honest with you, me and him don't have a chance.
No.
Did we, John?
We die.
I played a player who plays in the.
You played a blinder, Neil.
My dad, John.
You could see, I know.
I played a bloke named Johnny Day, who plays in the.
Johnny
league.
did.
Plays in the league, and you know, I did it on 180 against him, that John.
I don't think you did, Neil.
I threw an edge off.
And you only got 180. That must have been a shit. That must have been a shit shot.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, I don't have a prayer. I got knocked out in the first round, but you know, it was a good cracking day for my old man.
Oh, rest in peace, H. Love ya.
Tony Singh won it. Beat our Pat in the final. apart from that, it was a really good day, you know. Raised everyone for charity and played for my dad's trophy. And it was pretty emotional. A lot of people who turned out, you know what I mean? And I do appreciate all that.
Talking of emotional, Neil, and a really good day. Evie was born on 5:34 a.m. on Monday.
Who?
Evie.
Evie.
Peppa Pig's daughter.
What is all that about, Jim?
Daddy and Mummy Pig welcomed Evie into the world at the Lindo wing of St Mary's Hospital in London. And apparently, that is the same hospital where the Duchess of Cambridge, now the Prince of Wales, had her children.
Yeah, right.
Royalty, Neil.
Was she born in a hospital bed or in a pen?
Well, apparently, Neil, there's going to be like a test going on. Do you know, like the test they used to have on Jerry Springer?
Yeah.
Because Daddy Pig thinks there's someone else involved.
Really?
Yeah.
Pork and his missus.
Pork and his missus. Now, apparently, you know, Peppa Pig, a bit of a swinger.
Yeah, right.
And I think Daddy Pig and his best mate spit roasted spit roasted her, I think.
Jesus Christ.
So they don't know which one's the dad.
Huh?
Huh?
How do you find about all that?
Googled it.
Some of the link, will there?
While it's fresh in your mind, Neil, come on then, kid. Parameet. Parameet 2025. What are your first thoughts? What come to your head? What are your thoughts?
I thought it was a really good day. Beautiful hotel. What do you call it now, John?
I'm glad you remembered. Sketchley Grange.
Absolutely. Very posh. Very posh indeed. Apart from the beer as well, very posh. Apart from that,
Neil, the beers are expensive.
Very expensive, John. You know.
Very expensive.
But yeah, it's fantastic seeing our old friends, you know. And I met a couple of new ones as well.
Oh, what?
You know.
Come on then, don't shy away. Tell us who you met.
Well, we met Amy Laura Cox.
Yeah.
What a wench she is.
What a bloody wench.
Kate Sherrill.
Has been on the podcast, Neil.
What a fantastic woman.
Kate Sherrill. Been on the podcast 3 times.
Old Lorien Jones.
Loz has been on once.
Yeah, I've been on twice, hasn't he?
On once.
Yeah, good friend. Then you got Mr. Kev Kerr, who done a great talk.
He did.
Yes. Cat balls flying everywhere.
Pity about his microphone technique at the start, Neil.
I know, just bad as ours.
I know, it was like this. And yeah, I'm Kev Kerr Paranormal. I just want to say, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. So, he got it right in the end, though, didn't he? He got it right in the end, bless him.
Obviously, the Haunted Antiques crew, Amy Slaney, Kathy.
Was a Pa there?
Who?
Pa Larkin.
Yeah. Kathy Larkin, yeah. We had Mr. Mark Bowner, of course, the legend himself.
The Paranormal Ken Boone.
Miss Claire Glover and David Glover from Downscare Claire. Absolutely fantastic couple that we good friends with.
Do you know Downscare Claire, Neil?
Yeah.
Right. Do you know a YouTube channel, which is absolutely fantastic, by the way? Go and check it out. If you like your haunted histories, there's no one better. Neil, there's no one better. But Don't Scare Claire, Neil, that's the name of a channel. But all she does is read out scary stories. But she's telling you, don't scare Claire. You're bloody scaring yourself, girl.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, and we also met Beardo.
Good old Beardo. What a top bloke, Neil.
We had him on the show as well. And
We did, huh?
When we got there, he was there. So I know he was going on. Nice to meet him. Great bloke. Really was. You know, he thought he was going to get a lot of stick there because she's a debunker.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he expected like flaming torches and pitchforks outside. But do you know what he got, Neil? He got a lot of love. He did. He got a lot of love off the paranormal community. Wanted to hear his stories, wanted to ask questions, and he answered them. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what? More than anything, 1, he loves his horror, and 2, he is funny as fuck. He's got a bloody good sense of humour, even though he didn't like me dad joke, and he didn't like Neil's 10 dad jokes.
I bet he's been telling himself.
I reckon he has, Neil. I reckon he's got home good.
Rather bloody eyes. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
and then tell everybody.
Bloody roll their eyes to do up my jobs. Anyway, Jacqueline Dixon was there.
Yeah.
Good
old Jacqueline. So who won, Neil? Because they had
up the Frank. Shut up, John.
All right, sorry, pal. Sorry. Just taking your time a bit, are you?
You know what I mean? Done a talk. Who else, John? Come on, John.
Oh, that's plenty, I think, Neil. That's plenty. It's plenty. Andy Linden. Tracy Linden. Oh, yeah. It was all there, Neil. It was. Do you know what, Neil? If a bomb would have dropped on Skesley Grange, the paranormal world would have been finished. In that area at Leicester.
There's still been a few people.
In Leicester, Neil, I mean.
In
Leicester. You know what I mean? It's been devastation.
Also, Richard Russell.
Richard Russell looking like Rick Moranis out of Ghostbusters.
What I like to call him, Nutty Russell.
He could have had one of these mad squirrel breeds, Neil. You know what I mean?
There was loads there, you know. We had a good chat. We had a good natter.
We shared a few laughs, shared a few stories, and that's what it's all about. Having a bloody good time, you know.
It was a good day. Really enjoyed it. Took my daughter and Seb. Now my daughter's bought 6 bloody dolls. Jesus Christ, she's been burning candles all weekend.
We're changing her name to Warren next, Lorraine Warren.
No. And now she wants. I think she wants to start doing paranormal investigation.
Here we go.
It does. If that's what she wants, that's what she'll do. Yeah,
have a word with our Christian.
Make her happy.
He's looking for someone else in the team.
No.
Anyway, Neil, like I say, I thought it was a lovely day. It's nice catching up with old muckers and having a laugh, and that's what it's all about. Swapping stories and this, that, and the other. You know, it's like getting everybody together in a room who kind of think kind of the same. I don't mean 100% think the same. I'd probably say from 10 to 90. Do you know what I mean? Because we've all got our own different views on it, but we all love the field anyway. You know what I mean? So, but Neil, I've got a few little things what pissed me off on the day.
Oh, here we go.
I don't like to be negative or anything, but I'm going to have a word with the Pac-Man. I'm going to have a word with the Pac-Man because even though people want to sell their wares and their crystals and their T-shirts and their books and this, that and the other, I don't think the talk should be in the same room. For the simple fact, yeah? A lot of these talkers, which were brilliant by the way, they put a lot of time and effort in and they want people to listen to what they're going to say and get involved. But because of everybody's there selling their wares and people are going up and checking out, oh, that's a nice crystal. Oh, that's a nice crystal. That's a nice this. That's a nice that. Oh, what's that? A skull. Well, I'm not being funny. Just shut up for an hour and listen to the talk because that's what we're there to do.
I agree.
Listen to the talk. If you want to go and buy some stuff, go into the next room. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Like I say, Kate Ray was talking about... I don't know what was she talking about. Goblins and things, I think. You know, goblins swinging from rafters and stuff. One looked like something at the labyrinth. Yeah, I'm sure it was stuck in David Bowie's codpiece.
Really?
In the film, yeah. Talking of the labyrinth, Neil, right. A little known fact for you. Do you know how Jennifer Connelly stuck it in the labyrinth like a maze?
No.
In the labyrinth, the film?
I remember it.
Well, anyway, she's stuck in a maze. But what people don't know is because David Bowie, the Goblin King, Neil, the Goblin King he was called, had a massive codpiece.
Really?
And I think that she was actually stuck in the wrinkles of David Bowie's scrotum. I do.
Is that the
And I reckon that them curtains match the drapes. I can tell you that.
Is that the word up on the street, is it, John?
What does that mean?
Ow! Word up.
Oh, that's Cameo, Neil. Yeah, she wasn't in Cameo's codpiece. She's in the Goblin Kings.
Cameo got a copies on top of the pops in 1986. Doing word up on top of the pop with a big red codpiece.
I'm David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly went out for a cup of tea, but now she's stuck in the wrinkles of my scrotum. I think that was in the film, Neil. I'm not too sure. But then our good friend, the lovely Kate Sherrill, it hasn't been very well, Neil. You know, and I had a good chat with her. Yeah. And do you know what? 100%. Fingers crossed that she pulls through everything. She gets back to full fitness. Because, you know, she deserves it because she's a bloody legend. But she was doing a talk, Neil. And there was a couple of people. Neil, they was having their own conversation in the corner. And they was louder than the microphone. They're lucky some people don't get up and drop kick them over the table, Neil. I ain't gonna lie. I had to keep me cool, Neil.
Yeah.
I was gonna throw some hands. Telling you, throw some hands, yeah. But then I realised I've got 2 wooden knees, and I probably wouldn't get very far. So yeah. So Neil, we watched 3 talks that day. Kate Ray, Kate Sherrill, Kev Kerr, the 3Ks, and no, not the Ku Klux Klan. The 3Ks, yeah. And Barry Frankish nearly won a community award. Now, we love Barry Frankish, don't we?
Yeah.
He's a top bloke, you know, and we've always had a laugh. He's been on our podcast twice. We've had loads of guests through the years, Neil. Loads of guests through the years. But you know what he said today, Neil, which touched my heart? He said, there is nowhere in the world, any event ever, better than Parameet in Hinkley, Sketchley Grange. Do you know what, Neil? It's a bold statement. I'll give him that. It's a very bold statement.
Barry, I think you need to get out more.
Yeah. Barry, you need to get out more, son.
You do.
Know what I mean?
It's fantastic, don't get me wrong.
It is.
That's a bit of a bold statement, eh?
It is, yeah. It's like when you say Cafe Metro's the best pub in the world.
Well.
Same thing, Neil.
I
Same
need to
thing.
get out more than do
Neil, you're never in. You get more than the gas.
No.
Anyway, Neil, talking of gas, we know someone, don't we?
What?
We know someone, don't we?
Loads of people, John.
Yeah, well, we know our good friend, the Yorkshire exorcist.
Yeah.
He's always got a lot of gas, here. He's always going on like this, you know, so he's got a bit of gas into you.
Yeah.
You know, well, he sent me a message again.
What's it?
Out of the blue, Neil. Would you like to hear it?
What's up?
I don't know what it's about. So, you know, this is a first for me as well. When I couldn't find the bloody thing.
I'd like to meet him, old.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'd love to meet him, Neil, to be honest. I would.
When I get on about Yorkshire, to meet him, I'll come down here.
Let me just check it, sort the volume out, Neil, so we can... Here's what he's got to say. Here we go, Neil. Our good friend, Seth Constantine.
Right then, it's me here, Seth Constantine, your friendly neighbourhood Yorkshire exorcist. I've been instructed by John from Paralytic Activities to give a shout-out, a little birthday shout-out, to the Riddler. Now, I won't go into much detail, but me and the Riddler have fallen out. I'm not telling you why. Any road. Yeah, right then. You little twerp. Happy bloody birthday. Hope your day's filled with more riddles than sense, and that you get precisely what you deserve, which, if I had my way, would be a good old-fashioned spiritual cleansing and a right good thump up the chopples. A proper purging of that demonic intellect of yours. Now, don't go thinking this means we're mates, mind. I'm still coming for you. Yeah, I'll find you. No matter how many confounding question marks you try to hide behind. And when I do, I'll exercise that infuriating smugness right out of you, once and for all. You're a blight, a pox, and I swear on all that's holy, I'll send you back to whatever held you spawned your convoluted mind. So be warned, you little bugger. You're an insolent, annoying little demon. Your time's coming and it ain't gonna be happy. But happy birthday anyway, you little bugger.
Did you like that, Neil? Yeah, do you know what? You have to take Seth with a pinch of salt, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Which is good for a demon hunter, because you need salt. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of people have to take with a pinch of salt, John.
This is very true.
You know, right, set things to heart, I'll do a lot, you know.
We know, Neil. Do you know why? Because you're too sensitive.
Do
you know what? You should practice to be a medium.
I'm trying my best, John. I'm on the needles.
Well, you ain't far off.
Manjaro.
What's your Neil? You don't sign on. You've had a job for years.
I know. Now you've got me drinking bloody parallel on the middle of the...
Well, I haven't got you drinking it, Neil. You didn't take no arm twisting. Neil, do you want this? Bosh, yeah.
No, John, I don't drink.
You've gone through half of it already. Start giving on. Start blaming me, Neil, making I'm the bad person. Because you don't work like that. You know what I mean? So anyway, cheers, Seth. Thanks for that message. And I'll pass it on to Luke. And hopefully you can make up. And let's get the party going for the rest of 2025, Neil. So, Neil, I just want to quickly talk about our 12 haunted pub crawl in Worcester.
Yeah.
Do you remember that day? It got a bit messy at the end, eh?
It got a bit messy at the end, especially when we started drinking neat rum in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Do you remember that, Neil? When was it? It was about 12 o'clock, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was in a record, but what kind of bar was it, Neil?
Like a record one, and they had like
Vinyls and Beers, it was called.
yeah, and then upstairs they had what's it, death metal on.
Like that,
Yeah.
like Cannibal Corpse out of Ace Ventura.
A washing machine full of bodies being thrown around the room. What it was like.
Yeah.
Like being on the that thing at the fairground where you stick to the wall. It's like that, but we now being stuck to the wall, and now they're being strapped in. Just bodies flying everywhere. That's what it was like.
So,
Jesus Christ.
well, people love that kind of stuff, Neil.
There we go. Especially that woman that come out, she started doing all the horns and that, started screaming.
Screaming at the pavement. I thought she was in a rage room.
I thought it was quite sexy, I did.
Well, you find everything sexy though, Neil, to some degree.
What?
Yeah, you do. And remember the other girl, Neil, who come out and started rapping in Spanish to you?
I know, yeah.
What's all that about?
You got that bit of a feminine bloke doing all these feminine, like a lava lamp.
It was like a gay Bez, wasn't he?
Yeah, like a
Just dancing with his maracas or his manacas.
and the bloke next to him was twisting his melons.
I was going to call the cops while we at one stage. But yeah, we had a cracking day. There was obviously me, Neil, and Jackie Moon, the good wife, my wife Gemma, and then there was Claire and David, Kev, and Lorian, and Mr. Boner himself. And we'd done 12 pubs that way. There's only about 3 or 4 on what was haunted, like the King's Charles House, which is a 15th century distillery or pub or whatever. The Eagle Vaults, Neil. There was no eagles in there, was there? There's a couple of smeagles, but no eagles. And the Farrier's Arms, Neil, what used to be something to do with horses and stables. That's what it's called, the Farrier's Arms. Nothing to do with the trousers, Neil. Yeah, nothing to do with the trousers. But we had a bloody good day, and the reason I'm mentioning it because it's on YouTube, people, and you can go and have a look right now. Parallel activities on YouTube, and see if we did survive the pub crawl in Worcester.
I don't know if I survived the day after that, John.
No.
I felt like I've been dragged through an edge.
Now, you're normally pale anyway, but Neil, you was like Casper the Ghost. He was like Michael in Lost Boys when he looked in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just a hologram.
Next morning, I look terrible. I look like I've been dragged through an edge, John. A bit like Richard Russell.
When he turned up, sober as a judge, in his best gear.
I'm only joking, Richard.
Bless you, Richard. Bless you. His clothes are that old and dirty, Neil. They did rustle. So Richard Russell, you can hear him coming, couldn't you? He was humming. And he's joking, Rich.
John, you're getting a bit too far now. See what he looked like we're outside?
No, I what then, Neil?
With his to investigate tie on.
Did he have a pink tie on?
Pink tie on.
Oh, God.
Pink tie.
Jesus Christ.
They had a suit on.
Yeah.
Their shell suit. I'm joking, Richard.
Anyway, we can have a laugh at that guy about it. He has a laugh. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. It's good lad. But yeah, Parameet 2025, absolutely fantastic. And hopefully, Neil, I'm going to start putting some of our stuff on the GPN network.
Really?
Hopefully, we can get a nomination next year.
Oh, John.
No, I'm not counting on it, like, but you never know.
Imagine if we won.
Yeah. Well, we got nominated the first year for Higgy Pop Awards, Neil.
Oh, did you?
We only done 5 podcasts, and Neil Packer, the Pac-Man, thought it was one of the best things since sliced bread.
I think we're going to do our own awards, are we, John?
Are we?
Yeah, call it Swiggy Pop.
I ain't swigging now, Pop, Neil. Anyway, Neil, I've got some heartbreaking news.
There we go.
Some heartbreaking news. Oh, we've just had a laugh. I don't want to lower the tone or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
But a good friend of mine called Graham, he was an inventor, Neil, a bit like Doc Brown.
Yeah.
And he's been killed, Neil.
Been killed?
Yeah. Because he invented an electric bum wiper.
An electric bum wiper?
Yeah. So basically, he's got trouble with his arms. I don't know if they're too short like a T-Rex, or he's got arthritis. And he says, on my dead body, am I having anybody coming round and wiping my ass? So, being an inventor, he invented his own bum wiping machine.
Has he made it himself?
Yeah.
So, not being funny, he can make a fucking bum wiping machine, but he can't wipe his own cat off.
So basically, he's a lazy bastard.
Unbelievable.
He's a lazy bastard, Neil. So basically, he done like made a track. Yeah, plugged it in, electric, of course.
Track.
Yeah, track.
What leading to his crack?
The track to the crack. Now the track was going away from his crack. So the toilet roll was, he'd sit on like a little thing with an hole in it, and the toilet roll would be under the seat, and the track would be going backwards. So every time we'd done a plop, yeah, the poop would go down the track and land in a bucket.
Not down the toilet.
Now in a bucket.
So it's basically, he can't be asked to wipe his arse.
Yeah.
But he could empty a fucking bucket full of shit.
Yeah.
God, this bloke's an idiot, John.
I think he's a bit mental, Neil.
I think he is.
But he ain't anymore, he's dead. So, but the mistake he made, Neil, he put a blade on it. He couldn't even be asked to, pull the toilet roll off. So the roll goes round on its own and wipes his arse, and then a blade comes down and cuts the toilet roll, and that goes on the track, and it goes into the bin. But it miscalculated. It miscalculated the track, Neil. One, the blade was too big and sharp, and two, it was too near his nutsack. There's a lot of things about nutsacks in this podcast today.
Squirrel beer, that is.
So, yeah, the blade, Neil, caught his nutsack and cut his testes off. You bled to death, Neil. The bin was full. And you know what, Neil? He was so determined that this was going to work, and it was going to revolutionise going to the toilet. He even proposed going on Dragon's Den in 2017.
He's going to go on Dragon's Den, to pull his ponners down, have a shit on the toilet in front of Denver Meaden, and put Phil Jones,
Phil Jones, he played for Liverpool, Neil.
Peter Jones,
right, yeah.
And say, I want 250,000. Whatever.
I'm out. Now, Neil, of course, do you know if someone goes in there and designs a canoe, they don't take fucking the scene in with them, do they? He was just like pretending, he was acting out, he's doing a bit of pantomime. That's what he was telling me anyway. He was going to pretend to have a poo on the track and pretend for the blade to come down and cut the toilet roll, but he never got that far, Neil, because he chopped his knackers off and died.
Did they say a cock and ball story, Jim?
Do you know, Neil? No, because I knew him personally. I knew him personally. I was going to use it myself.
I bet you was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Neil. I went 4 days without going for a dump.
Yeah.
Just so I could give it a good test run. But unfortunately, I never got the chance. I never got the chance, Neil. I never got the chance. So rest in peace, Graham.
Rest in peace.
Well, rest in pieces, really, because there's two parts of him now. You know what I mean? Put him straight in the coffin next to him, or around his neck. You know, as a memento. So there you go. Rest in peace. I would have loved to see that on Dragon's Den, though. I'm not going to lie.
Should do a film about that.
You reckon what you'd call it?
Go on at the Barbarian.
Balls of Fury.
Yeah.
Anyway, Neil. We've only got a message from a celebrity.
Here we go.
We've got a message from a celebrity, Neil.
Go on,
Now, we've had a lot of messages from celebrities through the years. One for the Halloweeners book, which is still on Amazon. Our good friend Claire, Downscare Claire, she's proofreading it for me now. Yeah, proofreading it, bless her. So we've had Chewy Brown. We've had David Bowie on MTV Cribs. We've had Hulk Hogan. God, the list is endless, ain't it?
Tell you what.
We've had that many people. We've even had the guy from the Warriors with the bottles on his fingers.
Now, mate, how come we don't get an award, John, for this?
Because we ain't on GPN, Neil. That's why we ain't on there, Neil. We ain't on there. So, anyway, Neil, cut a long story short, cracking song, by the way. We got a message from a celebrity. Now, the celebrity in question is none other than Alan Partridge, Neil. Now, I know what you're thinking. I know what you lot are thinking as well. That Alan's just a character, which is very true. But Steve Coogan must have found out that I'm a massive Alan Partridge fan, and that Orange Ear has just found out the genius of Alan Partridge and been starting to watch it. So maybe, just maybe, through the grapevine, from our links in Hollywood and stuff like that, that he's found out that paralytic activities love Alan Partridge, and he sent me a message. Neil. Do you want to hear it?
Take a pinch of white man, wrap him up in orange skin. Classic. Just a quick message for John and Neil at Paralytic Activities, here while I enjoy a Scotch egg on my music interlude here at Radio Norwich. Keep up the ruddy good work, chaps. A couple of questions I've got for you. What's your favourite Beatles album? And, it's a bank holiday, what are you doing and who are you doing it with? Now on that bombshell, Goldfinger, he's the man with the Midas touch, but don't touch.
How cool's that, Neil?
Very well. I'm getting to this.
How cool's that?
Steve Coogan, aren't
I mean, he must have done that in the car because the police are chasing him by the sounds of it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Neil, so he's got a question for you. What is your favourite Beatles album?
I like few albums of the Beatles.
Yep.
You know, I love the Beatles.
Yeah.
But if I have to pick one, it would have to be Rubber Soul.
Rubber Soul?
Yeah.
Can you just tell me what songs are on Rubber Soul?
In My Life.
Yeah.
Norwegian Wood.
Oh, I like that song.
Run for Your Life.
Don't know that one.
You better run for your life if you can, little girl. Hide your head in the sand, little girl. I'll catch you with another.
What are you playing then? What are you playing? A piccolo? Yeah, that's a good song as well. Yeah, it's a good album. Good album. Do you know what mine is, Neil? I'd have to say The Best of the Beatles.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good album, that is, Neil.
Yeah.
The Best of the Beatles. And so his other message was, you know, it's bank holiday. You can do anything with any celebrity or anybody you want. What are you doing, Neil, and where are you going?
Well, what I'm doing is I am going with David Jason.
Yes.
Woody Pops his vlogs. David Jason, and I'm going to go.
Bingo.
No, John, stop it. I'm going to go on Irish Cinema House. I'm going to watch Series 1 and another series of Alan Falls and Horses on the big screen with him. And I want him to sit there and tell me some stories, get a nice ale, some peanuts, some butter kissed, you know, and just talk our way through the scenes. And that will be the perfect day for me.
Can I ask you a question? Do you reckon David would like that?
Yeah.
Watching himself on the screen? You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope so.
I'm just saying that. I don't be shitty me, doc. You know, I will like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's hope so. It sounds like a good day, though, Neil.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good day. Do you know what I'll be doing? It's bank holiday. And I can do whatever I want with whoever I want. So I would go for 9 holes, a pitch and putt with Adam Sandler. I'd then go for a few cold beers over a fish and chip lunch, and then sit down for a movie marathon of Lord of the Rings while we get absolutely wankered on medieval mead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Would Adam Sandler like Lord of the Rings?
We'd have to find out, Neil.
Well, there you go. Same question, yeah.
Well, no, because he's not in Lord of the Rings.
I know that.
Do you know what I mean? Well, David Jason is in Only Fools and Horses, and he'd probably get sick of it.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Some people, a lot of these film people, Neil, they don't like watching themselves. They don't even watch the films they're in. So maybe he probably wouldn't like watching himself on screen.
Yeah, he's had that. I've seen him do it on telly.
Have you?
Yeah.
Did he get paid for it?
On the Honor Falls and Horses, sitting there with Tony Doe, one of the producers.
Yeah.
And he's talking, laughing and talking his way through. You know,
Yeah.
maybe he want to do it with me. I don't know. Well, it's one of them, mate.
Well, you never know, Neil. You never know. So, Neil, do you know every podcast we do, we always do Orange Spills the Juice. But like you keep saying over and over again, that you're running out of stories. Even though one pops up out the blue here and there. So, just to take the weight off your shoulders a bit, I've got a John Spills the Juice, Neil.
Have you?
I have.
John spilled the paint.
No, John Spills the Juice, Neil. A story from way yonder, which I totally forgot about. And I just reminded myself the other day, when I was watching a dance-off. I thought, I remember when I'd done that dance off.
Mm.
So anyway, Neil, it was, I don't know what year it was, but so let's go 2012, something like that. 2010 maybe. I was on a Bevan family holiday. The Bevan is obviously the wife's family at Woolacombe Bay in Cornwall. Well, it was a red hot day, Neil. So we went to a pub what was nearby, and it was in a field, but it was overlooking the sea. There was two pubs close to the campsite. Now it was about 1 o'clock. So I went straight on the ales, as you do. Do you know what I mean? I think it's probably the second day we was there, so you're still chugging them back a bit. You know what I mean? So I had a few there in the first pub, and then before you know it, we moved on to the second pub, and again they got some not good Cornish ales. So I had a few more of them. I had a laugh, had a bite to eat, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah, and before you know it, was 6 o'clock. And we was getting back. Sophie was only young, so she was getting tired. But the wife knew I had the taste for it. I was cracking gags. I was cracking gags. I was getting louder. Just being happy and merry. Nothing over the top. So we headed back to the campsite, Neil, and we went into the bar, and there I carried on boozing. So it's one of them bars, Neil, where they got entertainment what comes on. You know what I mean? When the kind of the people who work on the campsite come out and start doing stupid singing and stupid dancing like Wigfield and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wig Wham Bam and chocolate, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, they'd done all that kind of crap. I was probably playing pool. I don't know. I missed all that. So it was getting to about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. A lot of the kids had gone by now. So it's time for the adults to come out and play. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, the compare came out, Neil, and she's there, saying, well, yeah, we have a great time, blah blah blah. We're gonna play some games and this, that, and the other. And me being me, because I was on my way to being leathered. I was like, I wasn't heckling. I was being louder than everybody else. She could hear me, and I was like cracking gags and pointing, having a laugh, and this, that, and the other. So she goes, right then, who fancies a dance off? Obviously, I don't really hear what she said because I don't listen. Do you know what I mean? And I'm there going, I'm pointing at this, and she goes, I'll tell you what, you, and pointed straight at me. And obviously, the only people who was left then, Gemma's mum and dad had gone home because they're boring. It left Scott, a brother, Russ, a brother, and their two wives, Alison and Faye, and me, because obviously Gemma had took Sophie to bed. And so they all started pushing me through the crowd. Everyone was clapping, way! The venue was packed, Neil.
Dancing Rick, yeah.
The venue was absolutely packed. So I'm there on the dance floor, lights are going and all this at the compare. It was a lovely girl, Neil. Absolutely lovely girl. We're having a laugh, cracking some jokes. She goes, right then, dance off. Who wants a challenge? John here. And I'll go on there, go, come on, bring it on. Bring it on, you know what I mean? How'd you do? Being cocky and all that. I was wearing white shorts and an Hawaiian shirt, Neil. Yeah. Here's me standing there thinking I'm Tony Manero, John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. But I look like Tony Montana out of Scarface. All of a sudden, someone put their hand up, I'll challenge him. I looked through the crowd, and the beam came down and shone on this scantily clad, bronzed goddess, Neil. She was absolutely fucking stunning. And I'm there getting up, giving her all that. You're going down, no, yeah. Well, the wife had gone to bed. So it's just a joke. So I goes, yeah, you're going down. I can dance. I can bring out the fingers. bring out the dancing fingers. Ride the big rig and all that kind of stuff. Ride the big rig. Do a bit of Saturday Night Fever. Maybe Bust Out the Robot. All that kind of stuff. I had it all up here, Neil. I was ready to go. So the music came on. I can't recall what song it was. Let's just say it's Saturday Night by Wigfield. I don't know. So I'm there boxing out the fingers. The guns are coming out. I was doing the old rig and all that kind of stuff. People were going wild, Neil. The crowd was packed. It was going mad. It was mad, Neil. It was mad. It was like winning goal in the Nou Camp when Barcelona beat Real Madrid 4-1. Do you know what I mean? The place was going mad. I absolutely killed it. I was superb, Neil. All the moves had come out. So I thought, I went to the scantily clad beauty. I went, got no chance, love. You got now to listen to the crowd. Listen to the crowd. And she just looked at me. I sat down on the stage, and her music came on. It might have been, I don't know, Two Unlimited or something like that. Neil, my heart dropped. My face dropped. And I think I dropped my points as well. Because before you know it, she's doing fucking gambols across the stage. Yeah, she's doing cartwheels, doing the fucking windmill, the caterpillar, the lot. All just like a dancing gymnast. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? Neil, she was brilliant. She was a professional, Neil. And she looked absolutely stunning. You know what I mean? I know. Just saying she was. I was pissed, look. I probably had my beer goggles on, but to me, she looked, you know, I wasn't bothered about that anymore. I was more bothered about winning the dance competition. That's what I wanted to do. Win this dance competition. I don't even know if there's a prize. I have no idea. So anyway, she stopped. Come on, love, give her a round of applause for the goddess here. Let's just call her that. And Neil, they all cheered. The place went wild again. But I'm sure I got a louder cheer, probably because I looked like an absolute prat. You know, I made people laugh. We did some serious dad dancing. Yeah. But I think I was like the clap-o-meter. No, she didn't have the clap. The clap-o-meter definitely registered me as a louder cheer than her. Yeah. But you know what the compare did, Neil? She raised her arm in the air as the winner. I'm sure there's people booing. Really? Yeah, booing. And like you say, it was like when Ben Stiller lost to Dancing Rick in Starsky and Hutch. It was exactly like that, Neil, but I didn't have a gun. But I would have pulled that out and all. So there you go. There's only a few people on this planet who kind of remember that. But who I know anyway. But the next day, I'm walking around the campsite. Still got me a wine shirt on, you know, as you do. Yeah. I had a couple, Neil. It wasn't the same one. It wasn't the same one. And people was pointing at me going, hey, look, there's the dancing man. I was famous for at least a day. Really? Yeah. I never won, though. But it was good. But I love them kind of camping holidays, you? Yeah. With the caravans. As long as it's a good caravan, of course.
I went to Brainham once and there was a comedian on. And there was me and Karen left. You know Karen, my ex-wife's mate.
I do, Neil.
She's a nightmare.
Just you pair?
Yeah, my wife had gone to bed and took the banner.
Yeah.
And she was heckling the comedian, and that was it then.
Well, like the Nutty Professor.
Honestly, John, that was it. But then, like, after that, a bloke come was Ralph Harris. And he used to shout the peg with his extra leg and all that. Like, you know.
Was this before he got done for...
Way before, John. Yeah. But what made me laugh, like, a lot of people won't get this, but he done one thing and I was laughing my head off. There was an old woman on the front row. She had like a purple rinse, you know, like have the purple fluffy hair.
Like Phyllis from Cora.
He went up to her, blew her head, he went, she loves me. She loves me not. You know, he used to blow the dandelions. Yeah. I thought it was funny. I love all the old entertainments of the you go on to place like that. But
Neil, don't you think you got to be a bit tanked up to enjoy it?
You have. When they're doing like 1 night, one or playing Peppa Pig, either 1 night, one or playing Peppa Pig, either. You know, you've got kids sliding on the knees.
Yeah. But then bubble guns and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you got to be quite tanked up to enjoying all like that. Let's be honest. Yeah. So anyway, Neil, we're going to go into this. Flick the screen. Now we're not going to review a movie or nothing like that. But I've been watching something recently. Do you know what, Neil? I was actually going to mention we've been watching Mobland, are we?
Oh, brilliant!
It's really good, isn't it?
The best thing I've watched since Breaking Bad.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Better than The Gentleman?
Yeah. I like The Gentleman. Gentleman's brilliant.
Yeah.
But I am enjoying this better.
Yeah, do you know what? I think I might be enjoying it better as well. Because The Gentleman, even though I love it, it's great, it's very doesn't take itself too seriously, does he?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Well, this is just brutal, eh?
Full on. Ellen Mirren's brilliant, isn't he?
It is a psycho.
What's his name? James Bond.
Pierce Brosnan.
Brilliant. Also, the main Tom Hardy, he's really good, isn't
Yeah, it is really good. I'm really enjoying it. So, but while I haven't been watching that, I've been rewatching all the Star Wars movies, Neil. Yeah, me and Gemma just catching up because obviously we get to Florida soon, don't we?
Yeah.
So, and obviously there's Galaxy's Edge, and we just want to catch up on it because my daughter, she'd never watched Star Wars, so she's been watching it with her boyfriend Jack. So I thought, you know what, we'll rewatch Star Wars as well, and so we have. So we're on just finishing Return of the Jedi tonight, and then we're going to go into the other three trilogies, which really shouldn't have been made, to be honest, but they're decent watches anyway, if you like that kind of stuff. So Neil, I was watching something the other day, and it got me thinking about Star Wars, and someone's put out like a little video out saying Star Wars movies, the titles are all wrong. And I'm going to kind of go through the movie titles and what happens in the movie a little bit and why it should be called something else. So, Neil, you probably won't know half of these, but people who listen who know the Star Wars shit will know. So, anyway, let's start off. The Phantom Menace, Neil. You know, that's episode 1, you know, with the pod racing and Jar Jar Binks, Rio Ferdinand, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
That ain't the original one, though, is it?
That's the first. That's episode 1.
Ever?
Yeah.
The Phantom Menace?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
What year was that?
Do you want me to explain it to you, Neil?
What year was it?
What year was it, Phantom Menace? It's a good question. I don't exactly know the year.
Roughly?
I don't know exactly the year.
I'm doing it.
I don't know. I can't remember, Neil. I went to watch it with our Craig. I can't remember the year of
Craig?
our Craig, yeah.
Don't get you confused with all this, then, Joe. Craig wasn't born.
He was. I went with our Craig.
He wasn't born when the first Star Wars come out.
The first Star Wars, Neil, is Phantom Menace.
No?
A New Hope in 1976 was episode 3.
No?
No, it is, Neil. A New Hope with Luke Skywalker is episode 3.
Well, Craig wasn't born in the 70s?
Neil, did you hear what I said? Phantom Menace was the first film of the old trilogy in chronological something like that, order. Phantom Menace is episode 1. Luke Skywalker ain't been born yet.
So that come after them then, did he?
It came after them, but the prequels, Neil.
Yeah, well, I know that.
Well, you do now. You learn something new every day. Every day is a learning day. So anyway, the Phantom Menace. Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan. Liam Neeson, Qui-Gon. And Jar Jar Binks, Rio Ferdinand. Basically, Anakin Skywalker, the little boy, yeah, he is the first Skywalker. So it should have been called The Rise of Skywalker. That should have been the first one, yeah. The second film, Attack of the Clones, episode 2, yeah, the Sith plan their revenge. So it should have been called Revenge of the Sith. Now, in episode 3, the clones attack in episode 3. It's called Revenge of the Sith. So really, it should have been called Attack of the Clones. See where I'm going here now? Mm. Now, A New Hope, the one you keep going on about, thinking is the first one. It is the first one back in the 70s, but it's not the first episode. It's episode 3, A New Hope. Now, Luke shows up because all the Jedis have vanished. You know what I mean? Yoda's on a planet no one's ever heard of. Can't remember what it's called. So there's no Jedi. So basically, Luke is the first Jedi what shows up, and Obi-Wan comes back and trains him. Yeah. So that should have been called Return of the Jedi. Now, Empire Strikes Back, Neil. Yoda teaches Luke the Force, so it should have been called The Force Awakens. Now, in Return of the Jedi, Yoda dies, and Luke becomes the Last Jedi. So it should have been called The Last Jedi. Now, in Force Awakens, which is episode 7, the Empire returns as the First Order, because obviously at the end of Return of the Jedi, the Empire has been obliterated, Darth Vader's dead, you know what I mean, in Return of the Jedi. So when Force Awakens comes up, when Disney took over, the Empire returns as the First Order, so it should have been called Empire Strikes Back. Now, in The Last Jedi, Rey, who's the girl in Force Awakens, she's the only hope. Yeah? She's the only hope to like stop the First Order. So it should have been called A New Hope. Finally, The Rise of Skywalker, the ghost Senator Palpatine returns. So that one should have been called The Phantom Menace. Now, I know you've got that all too familiar puzzled look all over your face, because obviously you've probably never heard of Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Am I right? You've heard of it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So basically, I'm not saying it's right. It's just what it makes a lot of sense. But in other words, it probably don't make a lot of sense to the hardcore Star Wars fans. But you could have easily gone, actually, it's got some bloody good points there. Do you know what I mean? So you didn't know about Phantom Menace was episode 1?
No.
So where's Luke Skywalker and Han Solo nearly in Phantom Menace?
Watched it.
So I've just been arguing with you and you've never watched the bastard thing.
Never watched the first one from the 70s.
Yeah, that's A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that's what I watched.
You've never watched the one with Jar Jar Binks?
I've seen bits of it.
Which bits? His ears?
I can't remember much about it.
I swear to God. You probably fell asleep, more than likely.
Don't you think should have a themed restaurant for Star Wars? You know what I mean?
I'm all ears. Bit like Jar Jar.
Yeah, I mean, why in that one?
I don't know.
I could do one, because people love Star Wars, all over the world.
Oh, Neil, where are we going in September?
Nice. Florida.
We're going to Florida. What's in Galaxy's Edge? What is it?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Is there a restaurant in Galaxy's Edge? Yes.
Is it all Star Wars themed now?
No, Neil, it's Indiana Jones. Of course, it's Star Wars themed.
I want to bet all the menu, is it Star Wars?
Of course, it is. It's like El Cantina. You can have like bubbling cocktails and like green cocktails with foam coming out of them, smoke and all that. Like they're doing at the El Cantina in A New Hope.
Can you have like 2 donuts as a princess?
I look what Princess Leia now. Anyway, on that bombshell, people, we're going to wrap up this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Do us a favour, share it, like it, all that good stuff, if you don't mind. We're probably going to be doing another one next week and probably delve into some paranormal stories, because we ain't done them for a while. So that's what we'll probably do. So, Neil, we've got a saying. Do you remember how it goes?
All you alien twitchers and all you horror junkies, that wrong way around.
No, you said Harry Twitchers.
Alien twitchers.
Alien Twitchers.
Junkies.
Yeah. Carry on.
If you don't get it,
Fuck's sake. This goes out to all you alien twitchers, you horror junkies, you ghost catchers, and you cryptid stalkers. If you are out this weekend and you don't get any spirits, just do what we do. Neil, what do we do?
We drink them instead.
Have a good one, people.